Greetings, YouTube. I'd like to do a bit of a diabetic public service announcement. If diabetes runs in your family, have your blood sugar checked regularly. And even if diabetes doesn't run in your family, check it occasionally, once a month, every 3 months, just to see how far off the norm your blood sugar is. And which means after a 2-hour period from your last meal, your blood sugar should be running somewhere under 140. And a starvation, which is right when you get up in the morning before you eat, should be under 120, somewhere between like 70 and 120. That's a rough estimate. So if you check your blood sugar and it's at 200, that's an indication that you need to call a doctor. The reason I point this out, and the reason I'm wearing this lovely patch at the moment, is that I didn't keep track of this. I wasn't really aware of the fact that diabetes runs in my family. My aunt, we became a type 2 diabetic at 49. I became a type 2 diabetic at 44. But if I kept track of it, I would have discovered this years before I was actually diagnosed, which means I would have saved myself neuropathy, which is the loss of sensation in my feet. In fact, the sensation loss in my feet is so severe that not that long ago I damaged one of my toenails, and I was able to actually pull it off my foot with absolutely no sensation whatsoever. It was rather grotesque looking, and it freaked my wife out to absolutely no end. But I didn't feel a darn thing, which is very disconcerting, take my word for it. When you pull something off, a part of your body off, you expect pain. And when you don't get it, it freaks you out. But it also meant that I would have caught the retinopathy, which I currently suffer from, which means that my blood vessels in my eyes bleed. Fortunately, the procedure I underwent today was relatively painless. The last 5 I had done were excruciatingly painful, the most painful thing I've ever experienced in all my life. And this comes from someone who's broken 4 ribs and had well over 100 stitches in his life. I've thrown my back out as well, so when I speak of pain, I know what I'm talking about. Today's procedure was relatively quick and again, relatively painless. But it means that at the moment I can't really see out of my left eye, and I have this eye patch that it will recover more rapidly. Because if I took the patch off too early, the light can actually affect the area which has had the laser shown through it. It makes my recovery time longer. It can take days or even a week for it to cover, while if I keep this covered, by tonight it should be back to normal, or at least very, very close. So please, check your blood sugar. Keep track of that kind of thing. You could save yourself a whole lot of pain, suffering, and having to wear a stupid eye patch.